Hello, Q. How was the stream? How is it everything coming across okay? I hope everything is working. Okay, let's finish up here. And okay, let's okay. So, is everything working? Okay, guess I'll just have to trust that it is. Ah, Captain! I haven't seen you in ages. It's been a long time, but it's so nice to see you. And you can hear me and see me. That's awesome. How you been doing, Captain? And, well, now that we're here, good afternoon, Abnormals, and welcome back to the Ministry of Abnormality Twitch. No, not Twitch. YouTube. It looks like if we were waiting and you're about to start streaming notifications directly from YouTube, it does not transfer over into live. It's a separate link. Oh. Huh, I wonder how I don't really know how to fix that. I guess we'll have to learn at another time. And hello, Sabrina. How are you? As I was saying, not Twitch, YouTube live broadcast. Although that doesn't quite roll off the tongue, or maybe it's just the habit of saying it the other way. In any case, yes, today I am streaming on YouTube because, well, you know, Twitch, I think we need to explore other options. I guess we can say that. I mean, I'd be happy to talk about it more, but for now, let's just, you know, unless somebody actually wishes to discuss the topic, let's just say that we need to explore other options. So we are here on YouTube exploring how streaming on YouTube goes, and hopefully it goes well. I guess we'll see. We'll have some information at the end of today's stream, and we'll see how it went. Anyway, how is everybody today? I haven't seen you all in a week since we didn't stream last Friday. I was taking a little bit of a break. Very small, minuscule break. But here we are. And today we're going to be working on a cover. So we are on the final stretch. Okay, wait. So just to contextualize everybody, just in case it's necessary, for the past 7 months, we've been working on a single project. It's a multi-book project, but a single project called JTAS, or the Journal of the Travelers Aid Society. And we've been working on that for the past 7 months. And during those 7 months, we have made 6 books. And we are now on the final stretch of the whole process. This is the 7th book. It is an extra book in the Kickstarter from Mongoose Publishing for Traveler, and this final book is called Boo and Embla's Guide to Starports or something like that. It's like an extra book in the Kickstarter, and we're gonna be working on the cover today. Let's see what's happening in the chat room. Made it to Oregon. That's awesome. Are you like in your new home now? Because we need photos in the Discord. But are you at your new home? Captain, I be tired. I work overnight, so I still gotta go to bed in about an hour. And I see you still have the bees. On that cover today, let's switch over to... Okay, here we are. And let me show you... Where's my pen? Where'd I put my pen? Ah, here it is. Okay. So let me show you a little bit of what we got here. So this is the sketch. Wait, yes. Here's the sketches, not the sketch, the sketches that we sent the clients. Unfortunately, Cat can't be with us today because she's got too much work. She's got too much work, so actually finishing up this book, which I'm illustrating. So now we sent these ideas to the client, different ideas for the cover, and they chose this one. They chose this one. So today I'm going to be painting mostly the background, and Friday I'll we'll see how we're doing on Friday. Okay. So yes, that's what we're gonna be doing today. We're gonna start doing it here. You're in your home. You have to take some photos. Yes, you do. How are you liking it there so far, or is it too early to say? So we made these two in 3D, and we're gonna be carrying them over to. There we go. And yeah, we're gonna be doing some scenery work, playing around with this. How big is our file? We can make it bigger. Let's go with there we go. Okay. Let's put that underneath there. Felix, hello. Oh yeah, you just made me realize that I'm gonna have to like get used to everybody's other names here. So Felix is now Epic Samurai on YouTube. Sabrina, the place is very nice, but the city is crowded. The streets seem very small, so driving is anxiety-inducing, but everyone is very, very nice. Well, I've heard good things about Oregon, so... Besides, if I'm not mistaken, it's where Goonies takes place, which immediately makes it one of the best states. Because if I'm not mistaken, Goonies takes place in Astoria, Oregon. Which I don't know if it's an actual town. I don't actually know that. But still, it's the Goonies. I just want to go to the beach, but we've been taking it easy to settle. Oh, it's summer there, right? You're like in the summer. Nice. Here in my city, we are going through the rainy season. Or, you know, I don't think it's correct to call it a season. We don't actually have that. Actually have seasons here. But it is very rainy here lately, and it's causing like a lot of mess. I posted a big part of my drawings from ArtStation to Deviant. I hope I can get some glory there if ArtStation is for the big artists. You know, Felix, although I don't know if you want me to call you Samurai here, which is not a bad name, honestly. But that whole idea that ArtStation is for the big artists, I've always found it to be quite a misconception regarding ArtStation. See, ArtStation is pretty much for everybody. There's plenty of people that have accounts on ArtStation without even having art. Because ArtStation is basically a social media focused on art. And the reason I say this is because I know a lot of people that kind of don't use ArtStation Me included. Like I don't use ArtStation as much as I should, but not because of not out of fear or anything. Just I'm just not. I just haven't been very active on social media over the past year or so. But anyway, ArtStation is like ArtStation is only that demanding when we're talking about when we're talking about front page, right? When we're talking about front page, when we're talking about getting your art featured and stuff like that. That's where ArtStation becomes a little bit competitive and a little bit kind of difficult and high level and stuff like that. But I do recommend that you don't do what I do, and you don't so yeah, definitely do as I say, not as I do, and you don't kind of abandon your ArtStation. I really need to get back into paying attention to mine, as I say this. But ArtStation is actually, even if nobody sees it, ArtStation is great because it's a good kind of backup portfolio, right? So when you need to show your portfolio, ArtStation will work in a I don't know if saying in a pinch is the right expression there, but every artist needs to have their portfolio, and ArtStation will definitely get you out of a tight spot when you need it. So it's never like a good idea to kind of leave your ArtStation behind. Sean Lindsay, hello. ArtStation is my main platform. Deviant is just the secondary one. We'll always give someone my ArtStation link. That's excellent. Yes, I fully support that. The only thing I don't like about Deviant is that Deviant is very, 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 very. It's like, so like I said, ArtStation is like the social media for artists. DeviantArt is like that times 100. DeviantArt has like all these groups and all these things that you need to do in order to have any kind of success on DeviantArt. I tried it for a while, and it's just exhausting. It's just exhausting. Every time somebody comes in now, are you new or not? I'll just assume everybody's new. So you are Sabrina Brady, okay? And tell me, Sabrina, are you an artist? Do you have any interest in art? Bob Zombie. Oh, I haven't seen you in a while. How's the YouTube channel going? Ah, yes. A visit from Sabrina Brady. Oh, you hate art? You hate art and artists? Yeah, I didn't even touch that shit. No. No, she's an accountant. You see, new city, new light. Coming along, been doing a few cons now that things are opening up. I also stream on Twitch sometimes when I feel like it, but I get a bit sad when I see the VTuber that draws some anime stuff and is getting 700 plus views and I have only 3 bots. Well, the thing... Well, I mean... It's funny you would mention that, Samurai, because, I mean, look at me, I'm here trying something, other than Twitch, and I mean, and I'm a Twitch partner, right? So why am I streaming on YouTube if I'm already a Twitch partner? And it's because Twitch has discoverability on Twitch is not really good, and Twitch kind of has this thing that is called Kingmaker. I think people call it like Kingmaker. Um, Basically, on Twitch, if you're already big, and a lot of people are already watching you, then you just get bigger. But if you're not, if you're not, then it's very, very, very difficult to grow there. And the discoverability on Twitch is not really very good. And when it comes to art on Twitch, it definitely, I can't lie, I can't deny that it definitely leads in a certain direction, right? Leans in a certain direction. And I do think that there's a lot of validity in what Sabrina is saying, that, like, Twitch has all these different kind of things that you can use to make your stream more desirable. One of the reasons I'm precisely trying this on YouTube is because a lot of those things that you need to do on Twitch to make your channel more, more successful are things that I just don't want to do. Right? I'm not into that game. Right? Even if I am a Twitch partner, even all those things, I already tried those things in the past. Emotes. A lot of kind of like the games they play there, giveaways, stuff like that. Kisora, hello. And I'm just not really into those things. I just don't. I'm not interested. I don't like them. So that's why I'm here. I'm here to just sort of I'm here kind of trying out YouTube, because I know that in order to grow on Twitch, I have to do certain things that I just don't want to do, because that's the way the game is played. So yeah, it's Twitch has a lot of discoverability issues, and when it comes to kind of what you have to do on Twitch, well, I don't want to do those things, right? I don't want to do those things. I just want to make art and kind of, I love sharing knowledge. I love teaching. I love all those things, and I'll gladly do those on my channel. But, stuff like play games, giveaways, all those kind of things, yeah, those I'm just not interested in. So, here we are. Let's see how this goes. Let's see how YouTube behaves. I prefer YouTube over Twitch. I just find YouTube, you can preset your hashtags for a live stream prior to it going live, which can draw people in. Which with Twitch, I mean, you can do the same thing, but I find it's more randoms and word of mouth that get people to come to your channel. What's that whole thing? Like, I mean, if you already got, like, a big audience on Twitch, then yeah. The other thing that to me is very important, and to be honest, it's kind of like the main reason I'm on YouTube and not on Twitch today, is because I want to grow my YouTube channel. And so I know that a lot of YouTubers have like their YouTube channel and their Twitch channel, and they do both. But I kind of want to pay more attention to my YouTube channel. So I think that this is a way to kind of start doing that. But, we'll see. So far, so good. I don't know. I would definitely appreciate if you guys could give me like feedback, in the sense that, okay, is the stream going well? Or, can you, like, is everything working appropriately, all that kind of stuff. Sabrina already told me that, like, if you were in the rating room, it didn't kind of transfer to here. I don't really know how to fix that, but I'll look into it. Um, uh, but so far it seems so good. I mean, if the stream is like horrible quality, if it's super slow or something, I would appreciate it if you guys let me know. You know, so I can start to consider things and all that. I also have to look into the whole idea that Twitch supposedly allows multi-streaming now, and maybe there's something there. Oh, thank you, Pew. Well, I don't know. I hope this is maybe Lewis. Hey, I haven't seen you in such a long time. How are you? Whatever became of you, man? Como extraño esas clases de ilustración avanzada. Un abrazo bien grande. You want to be able to change your name color in chat? Is that a deal breaker, Sabrina? Like, am I? I hope not. I hope that's not a deal breaker. Ah, thanks. Thanks, Bob Zombie. All we get is great, and wait, but wait. The real question here, Sabrina, is that something I can fix, or is it just the way it is on YouTube? Because if it's something I can fix, I will definitely fix it for you. But if it's not something I can fix, then I hope I can make it up to you in other ways. Okay, now what we have to do here is we have to define where the characters are going to be, because that will keep us from kind of rendering out places that don't need to be rendered. But we'll do that in a sec. No, actually, we should do it now. Everything is great. I think YouTube also has a better bitrate than Twitch. Well, I don't think I need a very high bitrate, because comparatively, the amount of information on the screen that is in movement is very, very low to, for example, a video game. So, there is that. Okay, so we're gonna have the two characters, and let's do a little bit of composition here. Let's say about here and here. So we're gonna come in through here, and we're gonna have our main character, or one of our main characters. Let me check out the sketch we have. So last week was pretty insane in terms of the art that had to be made. When it comes to me as an artist, like every single artist has things that they are more comfortable and less comfortable doing, right? And when it comes to me, I can do people. but but at the same time, people are like the thing that takes the most time for me, the thing that kind of trips me up more. That doesn't happen with creatures or, monsters or even monstrous people. But when it's just like a regular person, that's kind of the thing that sort of slows me down the most. Like I said, I can do it, but it slows me down. And last week was all people. But we definitely got it. I'll show you last week's haul. So this is last week's work. Wait, this one for last. So this is the one we were doing last Wednesday. Oh, wait. All finished up, as you can see. So yeah, this one is all finished from last Wednesday. Then this one, one of those ship images. These are like I'm very comfortable with, and the rest of the images are people, and that's like where I kind of. So we got this one, but I love this image. I had so much fun making this image, especially the old dude on the right. I believe his name is Zimmerman. But yeah, that old dude on the right, I had so much fun drawing him. And so yeah, these then we got these kind of talking to a waiter. This was one of the biggest. This was kind of the biggest in this series. Also took a while. But my favorite by far is this one, which is way different from, things that I would normally do. I really like the way she turned out with all the tattoos and stuff like that, and I really like her face. So yeah, this one is one of my favorites. I really like this one. Her name is Zoe. So yeah, this one is one of my favorites. And yeah, that's kind of the haul from last week. Let's go back to it. Oh, and this one. I was missing this one. Not much to say about this one. Okay, back to it. So, okay. Today we are drawing Boo and Embla. And we've actually drawn Boo and Embla before, but that was last year. So and so the thing is that Embla normally carries Boo on her shoulder. And so I have to make sure that the body language kind of reflects that. I think the face is a little bit thrown forward. We're going to have to fix that in a sec. I'm not going to detail these characters yet. I'm just kind of finishing up the composition so I can know where the background is relevant and where it isn't. One of the things that I was surprised with YouTube is that when you're setting up the stream and everything, YouTube asks you a bunch of questions. And one of the questions it asks you is, okay, what is the category of the stream? And art is not there. I had to categorize this as entertainment. The two options I was considering were entertainment and education. I decided to go with entertainment, but I don't know. Maybe I'll switch over to education. I don't know. but it surprised me that it doesn't have art within its categories. It's not like art is new to YouTube. So yeah, when it asked me to classify it, I looked for art and it's just not there. It's either entertainment or nothing. Santiago Naranjo. Hey, I lost track of you. Well, hello. Can you tell me what you have been working on? Absolutely. Wait, when did you lose track of me? Like, how far back do we need to go? I can catch you up, but let me know how far back you need me to go. 3 years. Okay, so let's see. In 2018, I started working in video games as a concept artist for an indie video game company called Flatter Than Earth. I worked there for 2 years until July 2020. In July 2020, I decided I didn't want to do that anymore, and I quit that job. And I kind of spent the rest of that year sort of figuring stuff out. I streamed on Twitch, did some commissions, and that was about it. Then I studied, kind of needed to upgrade my skills, update my skills. So I studied for a little bit at the end of that year and at the beginning of 2021. And around April 2021, I started working as an illustrator for tabletop role-playing games. And that's what I've been doing since April of 2021. And that brings us to here. I've been working on that for the past year and a half, or well, whatever it is, from March, April of last year. And yeah, here I am. That's pretty much the short version of it. And currently, this image that I'm working on is for Traveler RPG by Mongoose Publishing. It's a sci-fi. Role-playing game. One of the oldest role-playing games, actually. And yeah, that's pretty much what I'm up to. Let's bring that arm in a little bit. Well, thank you. Thank you. It's a lot of fun. I'm very happy. This is kind of this is a very good fit for me, the job of illustrating role-playing games. Um, yeah. I think I got ahead of your question there. But yes, I'm very, very happy. Role-playing games is definitely a great fit for me. I am way, way, way happier working in this. Um, it's yeah, I love it. And also, there's like so many different possibilities in this job. You know, like so many different things to work with and work on. Am I working going in the illustration part, or am I doing designs too? No, I work. Oh, Time Pool, hello. Well, hey, that's excellent news. I'm glad to read that. No, I work only in the illustration part. I don't do layout or anything like that. Coincidentally, on Wednesdays I normally stream with the layout artist for these books that I'm illustrating. Her name is Kat, but she's very, very busy today, so she wasn't able to join us. But yeah, I don't do layout or anything like that. I just focus on illustration, and that's it. Which is like great for me. You know, I definitely. Hmm, suppose needs a little bit of work. I'm gonna work on that bottom part. Yep, I remember I just said that I wasn't going to detail this, and here I am detailing it. So that's great. I mean, of course, I'm gonna detail this, but just not yet. I'm just kind of trying to determine what parts of the background need details and what parts of the background are not going to be seen. You took my advice and started working again on the comic manga I gave up 2 years ago. Almost done with the first page. Hey, that is excellent news. Have you thought about where you're gonna publish it? Am I still in Medellin? Yes, I am. I am. Well, technically, um, Envigado, but yes, yes. Wait, this pose needs to be fixed. You'll 100% finish it until you end the stream. Can you send it when it's done? Oh man, you can post it whenever you like. I look forward to checking it out. But seriously, dude, like, have you considered where you're gonna put? Oh, okay, wait. You are answering. Sorry, but I'm not. The delay. I don't think I will publish it. I have no idea how, and it 100% won't be worthy of publishing. I will show it to some friends as a pilot chapter, and we'll decide after using their reviews. Okay, I would invite you to maybe maybe we can change a little bit of things in that plan. Um, so I like the idea of having a pilot chapter, showing it to your friends, getting some feedback, and then making some decisions from there. What I would kind of advise is maybe the whole you don't think it's worthy of publishing and like maybe that part I think we can kind of do without. And the reason is because I did comics for 11 years. Probably more. I might be miscalculating there how long I did comics. And one of the things with comics is that comics are absolutely 100% one of those things that you get better at with experience. But one of the aspects of comics that most people don't realize, and it's very, very important to the to working in comics, is the publication of them. Now, what I mean by this is that when you work with comics, you have to get used to publishing them. Your first comic is always going to be like not your best work, because it's absolutely one of those things that you just get better at as you move along. So when I look back at like my first comic pages, oh man, they are rough. And I do mean they are rough. Wow, they are really, really, really difficult to look at even sometimes. But they are essential in kind of getting you to the point where you want to be. So I would highly suggest kind of getting used to that aspect of it, the aspect of publishing comics and stuff like that, because it is an essential part of it. And it's something that you just get used to. Like you just get used to showing your work. And that is really, really fundamental to the work done in comics. Let's open up some. Here we are, Secrets of the Ancients. Let's go here. I need. Here we go. I need some references for the drawing. I'm gonna go with these. Okay. These are gonna be my drawing references. But no, wait, okay, yeah, I'm gonna reference that, and we also need to reference Bu and Embra. So yeah, the idea of getting used to showing your work is just one of those things that's like, yeah, just you show it, and you get used to it. Also kind of try to keep in mind that listen to the end before trying any conclusions with what I'm about to say, but you will never be good enough. And what I mean by that isn't that you will always suck and you suck, and no. What I mean by that is that as artists, we're not supposed to be like satisfied or complacent with our work. As artists, we're supposed to always kind of be feeling like we can do better. I'm not shy about showing my work to people. I've been doing this for 3 years. Love my drawings. Thing is, the text and stuff in the manga comic might be forced and somehow cringy. No, but you see, that's one of the things. Comics aren't just the art, right? Comics are also the writing, the panel work, stuff like that. On that regard, I would highly suggest studying up a little bit on it. Have you studied anything regarding comics, how comics work, how panels function, all that kind of stuff? Because if not, then I do have a book to recommend. she too big? I think she might be too big for the size she's supposed to be. Trouble getting used to this here. Water. The way I use panel is based on what I feel is better for what I want to show on that page. Okay, so I'm gonna recommend to you a very, very easy read. And when I say easy read, I'm not being condescending like I believe you can't read something difficult. It's just that this is probably one of the best books about making comics, and it's a comic, so it's like a very, very quick read. It's a very, very easy read. It's not I've read several books on making comics, and most of them get pretty boring, and you end up kind of surprised that they can make a topic like comics so damn boring. This one, no. And its name is simple as pie: Understanding Comics by Scott McCloud. And like I said, it's a comic. It's very, very easy to get your hands on, however you decide to get your hands on it. There's also actually a sequel, but I have to admit I have not read the sequel. But the idea of recommending that book is that Understanding Comics is a great way to kind of get started with knowing a lot of the technical aspects of making comics. You know, what things are called, how they work, because there's a lot more of a technical aspect to it than we kind of tend to believe. But it's not super complicated. It's not boring. It's actually quite simple and quite easy to grasp. And this book really, really, really kind of goes a long way in that. I highly recommend it to anybody that wants to get into comics, and that would be my recommendation for you. Definitely check out Understanding Comics by Scott McCloud. I actually did read a part of a book made about comics manga. It's made in Araki Hirohiko, the god that made JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. We'll also read the one you said. Yeah, this is like the kind of book that you can read in like a couple of sittings, because, you know, comics are read pretty fast. So, you know, it doesn't take a long time. I'm not a big fan of Scott McCloud's art. Like, I'm not really into his art. But it's simple. It doesn't really get in the way. You know, like I don't like it, but it doesn't bother me so much that I'm not able to read the comic. Because I'm one of those people that if I don't like the art, I can't read the comic. Which is why I have not been able to get into Berserk. And I know every time I say that I have not been able to get into Berserk, there's always somebody that says, "Oh, you don't like the art in Berserk?" You know, blasphemy. And my answer to that is, yeah, I get that he got better. But at the beginning, the art in Berserk is not good. And I'm sorry to anybody who believes otherwise. Believe what you will. But yeah, the art in Berserk is, at the beginning, is not good. I actually don't even know if it's overrated or not, because I've never been able to get very far in Berserk, because the art in the beginning of Berserk is pretty damn rough. And it's not the only the YouTube tab keeps confusing me. I go off to find the reference or search something and get lost, so trying to find your stream again. I keep looking for a Twitch tab. Well, we'll definitely have to see how this goes. Sabrina, because so far I'm liking it, but there's also the possibility of multi-stream, and I understand that Twitch now allows partners to multi-stream, which before would kind of get you banned. So I'm definitely gonna have to check that out, see if maybe multi-streaming is the way to go for me. Does it make me go berserk? Oh, Time Pool. Let's leave those jokes those jokes to man with no screen name. Like, one of him is enough. but it's not the only comic that does that to me. There's, for example, I was really into the story of Attack on Titan, but I cannot get over the art on Attack on Titan. The art in that manga is... Oh, I don't want to say that it's bad because it's kind of mean, but it's bad. It's bad. Let's just, let's just call it like we see it. It's bad. So yeah, I was really into the story of Attack on Titan, but I was not able to get over the art. I understand that it was kind of like something like a webcomic done by like high schoolers or something at the beginning, and that's why the art is so bad. And I don't know if I'm mistaken, but I even recall seeing something about like they remade it or something like that. But I haven't checked it out, so I'd have to check it out again, because I was really into the story of that. Other comic. Let's see, what other comic can I not get over how bad the art is? Oh, Sandman. I've always wanted to read Sandman, and the thing about Sandman is that at the beginning, the art in Sandman is really, really bad. So I've never been able to like get all through it because the art at the beginning is really, really bad. Yeah, it's a problem. I don't know if it's a problem, like an artist problem or what, but yeah, I'm not able to get over art in comics that I don't consider to be great. I need the art to be really, really good. And if it's not really, really good, I just can't. And I say this perfectly aware that a lot of them probably have excellent stories that I'm missing out on. But One Piece is one I can't stand the art of. It just feels weird and inconsistent, and maybe like the guy has never seen a woman in his entire life. I've actually never ever checked out One Piece. One Piece and Naruto are two things that I just kind of consciously decided, you know what? I'm not, no. Like, you know how it is. Like, this is just gonna make me sound old as fuck, but what are you gonna do? At a certain age, you kind of go like, you know what? I don't have the time or the energy or the interest anymore to get into something like One Piece. Like, I'm sorry I missed that boat. Also, Naruto, I'm sorry I missed those boats, and I am not willing to swim all the way to catch up with them. like Captain says, I have not read One Piece because of the length. Too many chapters to catch up on from zero. Yes, and same thing with the anime. And hey, if you have time to if you have the time to read and enjoy and get into One Piece and all that kind of stuff, good for you. You know what? That's awesome. That's awesome. I love it when people have something that they like. I just do not have that kind of time. And even if I did, it's the same thing with League of Legends. League of Legends seems like a fascinating game, but I just don't have the time or the energy to get into something like that. it's just no, life's too short, I guess. Okay, wait. I did what I set out to do. The distribution of these two characters is ready. Let's get back to the background. No, it's not. Do not make the mistake to play League. Oh, you don't have to worry about that. I love how adamant you are. Like, no, no, please don't. Like, but don't worry. That's mistake or not. I'm just not gonna be doing that. I don't. I have not the time nor the energy to get into League. I would love to make art for them, but that's about it. Like I just yeah, that's as far as it goes. Because I love the art. I love the art. And also, but you guys know my thoughts on Arcane, but I suppose it's never too much to repeat that Arcane is incredible. You know what I do think is very overrated, and I saw it recently, and I just don't see all the fuss. Everybody on the internet was talking about how season 3 of Love, Death, and Robots was like the most amazing thing they had ever seen. And I saw it like last week and this week, and I wasn't impressed. Oh, I'm confused. What do I call you? Okay, I'm gonna stick to Nat class, but you tell me if you want me to go with Aranea. But Nat class, hello. How was your vacation? Are you back? Are you back from your vacation? Oh, Time Pool. Arcane is so good. Shalak. So many time without hearing from you. Hope you're doing awesome. I'm quite all right, Shalak. Thank you. Very nice to see you. So great to see Oh, you want me to call you Aranea? Okay. I love your name, so I'm good with that. And you are back. Okay, how was your vacation? Love, Death, and Robots be alright. It's a fun show. Yes. I'll agree that some of the episodes are good. But a lot of the episodes are like just... I think the way I would put it is that a lot of the episodes are just too far up their own ass. Right? You actually got a sunburn? Oh, I thought you didn't do sun. I mean, I don't do sun. The Boys be the show I enjoy currently. I have to start up season 3. I've only seen up to season 2. I love it. The Boys was really, really good. Both seasons are great. And yeah, I got to get started on season 3. I've heard good things about season 3. Right now though, I'm kind of saving my schedule for Stranger Things because although I think season 4 started off a little bit irritating, towards the end of season 4 part 1, I was way invested. I was way invested, and at a certain part of the season, I was hating it, and eventually I kind of grew on me and stuff like that. Is the commission webcomic still around? The commission webcomic is all on my hard drive, and that's about it. I still have the website. I still have all the complete comic and all that kind of stuff, but it's not online to see. I'm not against putting it online, and thank you for asking. But my problem with putting it online is that putting it online is a lot of work. And one of the, at the same time, good and bad things about the last year is that I have been insanely busy. I say good because, hey, it's always good to be busy. It's always good to be busy. But bad because, I don't have time for stuff like that, like putting up the webcomic, all that kind of stuff. And I can't just dump the webcomic on because there's like over 3,000 comic strips to old commission comic. And the problem is that a lot of the jokes on commission comic are jokes that could easily get me in trouble in 2022. So so I kind of have to go over it. I kind of have to like review my own comic and make sure that everything is kind of 2022 compliant. So, which I know sounds like a very weird thing, right? Like, if I was a nice person back then, why would it be a problem now? Well, because some standards have changed. And, I just kind of need to make sure I review it. For my comic manga name, I was going with Void Drifters 2 years ago. Changed it to Brace for Impact. It's better because it makes sense with the story. Also because I think Void Drifters is already a thing. So I'm pretty sure I've heard that name before. No, it's not that big a deal. I'm pretty sure that, like, maybe there's just a couple of comics that I wouldn't feel comfortable posting online, and that's it. But, it does require me to kind of sit down, go through the entire archive, and, just make sure everything is up to, like, everything is all good and in order. It's definitely something that I want to do. I want to put the comic back online. Hell, who knows? Maybe I even want to make comics. I definitely have loved making comics in the past. Right now, though, I do have to admit that, my main focus is absolutely role-playing games, and I'm very, very happy with role-playing games, so... I'm glad to hear that you're going over it. It's good to go back and pass over your work to make sure you're not accidentally hurting anyone. Guys know I've made some mistakes myself before. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, to me, it's not so much that I'm embarrassed or hiding anything. To me, it's that things change. Things change, and you either get with the times or you get left behind. That I swear I was not rhyming on purpose. But yeah, and don't get me wrong. Like, I am. You can ask the people in the chat room. I am absolutely old man yelling at clouds like 90% of the time. Like, I am absolutely old man yelling at clouds 90% of the time. uh, there are many, many, many things that I am not willing to change of myself. But that one is one that I definitely don't really see much of a point in fighting against. Um, it's one of those that's like, yeah, that doesn't like just all like I yeah, I don't have any other way to say it. I just don't really see much of a point in fighting that. Just you know, go over your comic, and if you see anything that might be hurtful by 2022 standards, don't post it online. It's so yeah. I used to make attack helicopter gender jokes in high school, and now I'm they her non-binary. Laugh my ass off. Like things can change so much over time. Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, if we're talking about high school time pool, I went to a what do you call that in English? What do you? Okay, so in English, when like a high school has like uh, uh boys and girls and everything in between, it's called co-ed, right? What is it called when it's just one? Just like what is it called in English when it's just one? Or does it just not have like a special name or something like that? Anyway, but while you guys let me know what that is, yeah, that's what I went to in high school. No, co-ed is when it's both, right? Co-ed is when it's boys and girls, but when it's just boys, hell, okay, yeah, yeah, I can see that. Oh, okay. So yeah, I went to an all boys Catholic school in the 90s. So you can pretty much imagine that this, you can pretty much imagine that this wasn't exactly a welcoming place for, you know, diversity of any kind. And damn it, will you just move the mask? Holy crap. Okay. Apparently I have to fuse this to move it, so whatever. Yeah, so I went to a boys only Catholic school. So yeah, okay, Captain, it was very nice seeing you. Hope you get some good sleep. Hope the bees are doing well. Back to the scenery. Mocoristador, hello. So nice to see you today. How's it going? What are you up to? Dead tired? Why is that? What have you been doing? Wild day, so wired. So weird. Oh, okay. Wow, sounds like you got a story. Okay, so I'm gonna wanna... Let's do something here. I want to spend that for me, and we're gonna go with oops. There we go. Let's play a little bit with this composition. Okay. What if we... I didn't have much sleep this week due to chest pains from cold. Going 42, 45 to 20 in a couple of hours killed me. Wow. Dude, fevers are just the worst. I know that's like an odd thing to say. Like, bad things are bad, but that's definitely what it sounds like, right? But no, seriously, fevers are just because when you get a fever, it's not just enough to get over the fever. Like, fevers just absolutely wreck the body. Days, weeks after you're done with it. And for that reason, I declare fevers to be the suck. Which I suppose is not a controversial thing to say, I hope. You know, how dare you? How dare you speak ill of fevers? But you know, I must speak my mind. I didn't have fever, even more pain. Wait, you didn't have fever? Oh, okay. Wait. When you said 42 degrees, okay, so when you say 42 degrees, I thought that you meant fever. That you had a fever. Didn't even occur to me that if you were like 20 degrees body temperature, you're dead. Like that part didn't even occur to me. I just went with 42 degrees is a very, very, very high fever. And I just roll with that. You meant that the whole temperature change of the environment. Okay. The greatness of where I live can go to canicular temps in the afternoon to 20 degrees with 85-90% in 2 hours. Okay. Let me figure this out. Move over to this, adjust a little bit here. Let's see where this goes. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, we have to have a sign here that says okay. I would like to propose these characters a little bit larger, kind of breaking a little bit of the panel, which is something I always like to do, kind of gives it a little bit more of a dynamic feel. And here would be the sign that they want me to do, which would say Starport. So, okay, that shows me what I need to solve. So the whole idea behind this image is that, you know, it's called Boo and Embla's Guide to Starports, and the idea is that here on the cover, they're gonna be in what is basically, like, something that would basically not classify as a starport. It's just flat rock that you can land your ship on, and that's it, right? Uh, Great start, and then got a mail about great news from a project I'm working on, and like by the time go home, I see my neighbor who tells me her dog was put down to save her from suffering. That's quite the roller coaster of a day, Mokuri-san. Sorry to hear about your neighbor's dog, though. So how was everybody's weekend? What'd everybody do this weekend? I went to watch Lightyear, believe it or not. I went to watch Lightyear. Unfortunately, I can't recommend it. It's not bad, but it's also not good. It's a movie that I watched. That's it. But we wanted to go to the movies, and sometimes it's not about if the movie's good or not. Sometimes it's just about going to the theater and having some popcorn and fun. And in that regard, we had a great time. The movie itself, really didn't, wasn't anything special. Unfortunately, it wasn't. So the movie is not bad, but it's also not good enough to recommend. I honestly, when I saw the movie, welcome back, Sabrina. Honestly, when I saw the movie, what I thought was, why did they make this? Who wanted this? And you can feel that in the movie. Like as you watch the movie, you kind of get this feeling of none of this is important. None of this is relevant or like has any sort of significance whatsoever. But at the same time, the movie is not bad enough for you to remember it for how bad it is. It's just a movie that you watch and you're going to be forgetting about pretty soon. And that's it. I did have something about the movie that made me kind of bummed me out, but it has nothing to do with the movie itself. And it's that the movie feels very, very much like it Lightyear, Sabrina. Like as I was watching the movie, I just kind of got this feeling like I don't understand why this is in theaters. Like this does not feel like it justifies a theater release, right? Like it felt like a TV movie, which is weird because the animation is impeccable. Like the animation is flawless. It's beautiful animation, but it just, I don't know if it's just that we're used to it, I don't know if it's like diminished returns from 3D or what, but I didn't get the kind of sensation you get from watching like other 3D movies where you kind of feel like you're watching something visually amazing. This one just kind of felt like it could be on TV. Yeah. I've been reading that it flopped in theaters pretty hard. Um, so yeah, overall, I can't recommend it, but at the same time, it's not so bad that I can make like a funny review out of it. Like, no, it's a movie that happened. Um, and yeah, like the my only like big thought about it was why did they make this? Who was asking for this? Who was asking for an origin story on Buzz Lightyear? But the popcorn was great though, and the hot dog we had was really delicious. So there's that. Delicious popcorn and a good hot dog. So. Dan and I talked about it recently that we are in the era of video game movies being easier to make look good with how accessible CGI programs are. I did kind of feel about that, Sabrina. Like at certain points, I found myself thinking I've played video games that look better than this. Like I don't like, yeah, I played video games that look better than this, and which is great. Like to me, that's great. Like that's awesome. Hey, awesome that we are at the point where we don't like that our video games can look as good as, if not better than movies. But at the same time, it kind of makes these movies feel a little bit less special. I don't know if that's just me, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people feel the same way. And well, considering that the movie flopped, well, I would say it definitely takes you to that place where you think, oh, I can see I can definitely see it being one of those situations where it's like, oh, you know what? It's definitely just a movie to like take the kids on a Sunday afternoon, if you like are unfortunate enough to have those. Like if you're unfortunate enough to have kids, then yeah, I could definitely see that being a way to get them to shut the fuck up for an afternoon. So yeah, it definitely has that vibe, that made for kids vibe. Um, it is a little bit weird to like see all those cartoonish characters with such real rendering. It's a little bit like like it does get a little bit weird, but you get used to it. Like the art is not a problem in the movie, although the movie does suffer from okay. So those of you that have known me for a while know that I am way into scenery porn, right? Like I love things that give me like these amazing pieces of scenery that I can just get lost in. And that's one of the reasons I love Avatar so much. That, you know, it's kind of become cool to lately say that Avatar was not that good. Well, I watch Avatar for the scenery. I just love when movies and video games and stuff like that just give me these places that I can get lost in and stuff like that. I love that. That's what I live for when it comes to those things. And one of the problems I had with Toy Story was that... Sorry, not Toy Story. Lightyear is that no... It doesn't have that. Like, at no moment do any of the places that you visit in the movie feel special. Right? Like, yes. I did watch the trailer, Sabrina, and I am so there. I am so there for when it comes out. It was way harder than I was thinking, but it looks better than I imagined it. Should be posted on art when you see this message. Cool, I'll check it out in a sec. Night Cow! Welcome back. There is a name I have not heard in a long time. Ooh, wait, shit. I accidentally closed. Yes, life is good. Life is great. Yes, life is very good. Thank you. Thank you for asking. How have you been? How are you, Night Cow? Okay, let's see what we got here, Void. Okay, Void, I just saw the comic page. Let me know if you want any kind of feedback. So yeah, that was like one of the things that bummed me out the most about that movie. That it's like, yeah, no one area in the movie feels special. Like they're on another planet. Like they're not on Earth. They're on another planet, and the planet feels like Earth. It's just Earth that isn't Earth, and it blows my mind that in a 3D animated movie where they are on another planet, they just decided to not let like the design of the planet just feels like they're on boring old Earth. And like, yeah, there's nothing special about the planet. It's just a planet. So that was kind of like, ugh. And it's that basically describes the entire movie. Like, yes, you're watching some very, very beautiful 3D stuff, but at no moment does any of it feel particularly special or anything like that. And to me, that is, you know, I would have preferred a ridiculous plot, a stupid plot, like anything you want, but the movie is just not special at all. And that to me is like the worst sin you can commit. Okay, Felix, I'm gonna bring in your image so I can show you what I'm talking about. Are you okay with that? I've been great. I passed 3D with 2 year ago. Been freelancing and doing my own thing since then, living life the best I can. That's awesome. Do you have a like an art station or something where we can see your 3D work? That would be pretty cool. Okay, so check it out. Okay, so Felix, here's the thing. So look at the line work that you have. So the line work, for example, in this image right here is pretty solid. You got some nice, like thickness variations that you can see, like how it's, let me switch over here. So you got some like nice thin lines here that go into thicker lines here. And that's actually really good. You got like a nice kind of set of changing calibers and changing thickness and stuff like that, and that really kind of makes it pop, and that's great. But it kind of all sort of gets a little bit ruined in this panel right here, because if you look at this panel right here, you'll see that the thickness of this line is just this line on this wall here is just insanely thick, and so the problem with that is that it's not consistent with the variations of lines that you have here. So this line here definitely needs to get that sort of treatment that you're giving the lines in this one, right? And the same goes for this character right here. If you see, like, you got like these thin lines here, thick lines there, but here you have some very thick lines on the inside of this character right here. So this one also needs a little bit of work and polish on the line right there to kind of bring those lines into that very intentional kind of manipulation of intensity that you're doing in images like this one. The other thing I would point out is that depending on what you want, you haven't really set a scene. Now, what I mean with that is that, okay, we're having an interaction between two characters. Remember that one of the main rules of comics is that... Sorry. One of the main rules, one of the most basic rules in comics is that a comic page, you have to look at it without text and still be able to more or less make out what's going on. Maybe not the details, maybe not all the, all those things, but you have to more or less be able to look at a comic page and say, I've got an idea of what's going on. For that, I would highly recommend a comic by Mobius. It's called, I believe that would be Arzach. Mokurisa, help me out here. I'm sorry, I don't know if just because you're French, I assume you know all of Mobius's work. I'm sorry if that's bad. But anyway, Mobius, the French artist Mobius, has a comic called I believe it's called Arzach, or however you pronounce that. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, and it's like this whole comic with no text. It's this whole comic with no text to it. And you have to fill in the blanks a lot in the comic, but you always kind of know what's going on. So, there's a lot of assumptions, there's a lot of filling in the blanks, but you always kind of get the idea of what's going on. Here, so there's a lot of this story that is definitely being told to me without me needing to have any text. I can see that this guy is kind of injured because of his position and the blood that's coming off of him and all that kind of stuff, and he's kind of in a pleading position. And then we have this where he is where he's sort of giving this this amulet here. Now, one thing that is happening there is that you have something called the line of action. And this is something that comes from storyboarding, right? So if you look at, like, if we're looking from above, right? This is like a top view, right? So you have the camera and you have the characters. And so you have one character here. Let's call this character 1, or A. And you have character B here, right? So if you look at the first panel, you have the camera here, right? Pointing in that direction. Now look at what you did with the camera in panel 2, right? Panel 1, panel 2, panel 3, 4, 5, 6. Now look at what you did with the camera in panel 2. When you go to panel 2, right? You got character A here, character B here, and then you took the camera and you put it like here. So when you take the camera and you put it here, well, first of all, this is a very, very, very complicated movement of the camera. You basically took the camera, did this movement with it, and we have this line that's dividing the two characters, right? This is storyboarding. So when you put the camera here, and so this character has the amulet right there, then I assume character B should be in the background of this panel, right? Now, of course, you can move the camera then here in panel 3. You can move the camera now to look in that direction to see that. But then you have this one and this one. These are like complementary, so these, not a big deal. But if you keep panels 1, 3, and 6 clear, then, So, basically, what do you need to do? Look at the order of your panels. Look at the order of your panels that you have here. Panel 6 is kind of giving me the scene, right? Panel 6 is giving me the scene. Panel 6 is kind of establishing, it's establishing, it's telling me where I am. It's establishing a relation between the two characters, all that kind of stuff. That's great. That's great. So you definitely want to pay more attention to panel 6. Maybe make it a little bit larger. Also, this panel needs more scenery because in panel 6 is where you're telling me where we are. You don't have to do it in panel 1, right? You don't have to do that in panel 1. You can do it in panel 6, but in panel 1, you kind of got this sort of nice, dramatic thing. I would even get rid of this line here. Just kind of leave the character without any background at all. This line here kind of gives a hint of a background that you're not really kind of fulfilling on, so you don't really need this line here. Panel 6, definitely develop it more. Fix the problem with the lines here. Give it a little bit more scenery. Let that, make this panel larger. Don't be afraid to go behind other panels. You can make this panel larger, and by making that panel larger, you can now tell people where we are, kind of establish a scenery, let me know where we are. And after that, the only problems would be this panel, panel 2, which has a very, very, very weird camera movement. So you kind of need to either, I would, for example, join panels 3 and 2, right? If you join panels 3 and 2, you have like that sort of a movement of the character giving the amulet with this guy in the background. So if you join these two together, you're gonna have that. And finally, the other thing I would say is definitely be careful with these two right here. This one has a little bit of a legibility problem, and also you're dealing with text, so you don't, like, when you're dealing with text, you don't have to you don't need to be afraid of getting outside of the panel. So you definitely need to give this stay a little bit more visibility. You don't have to make it big. I'm pretty sure you're making it small so that it seems like it was very, very silent, but you can kind of go like maybe you can put it here or something, and that way, again, maybe I would fuse these two panels, make it all black, have the mouth up there and the stay alive at the bottom. And yeah, that would be pretty much all I have to say there. Hope that was useful. I'm going to close it now. Okay. Oh yeah, and definitely check out Arsach. Um. Oh, thank you, Sabrina. That's very flattering. Thank you. Comics are an art world I know zip about. It's cool. When I've said it better. One of the things that really kind of changed my life when it comes to comics, unfortunately, a lot after I was done doing comics. Well, I mean, let's not say I'm done doing comics. I could go back to it. Was learning storyboarding. Last year at the beginning of the year, I was sort of going to start working as a storyboard artist, and unfortunately, it never worked out. But to do that job, I had to study storyboarding. So I basically spent like a month of my life studying storyboarding techniques and how to do storyboards and all that kind of stuff. And although it is rather unfortunate that the job never worked out, learning about storyboarding and like how it can be applied to comics pretty much changed the way I look at comics and the way I look at visual storytelling with comics a bunch. So it's a shame the job never worked out, but I definitely am glad that I that I had to learn storyboarding. I've learned a bunch from Comic Book Club, not even the discussions, just being forced to read a bunch of different types of comics. The art form is so cool. Yes, it absolutely is, which is why I think it's very sad that nowadays comics just kind of get treated as a sort of... you see, I think the future of comics right now lies in the indie comics. And what you find in the indie comics and in web comics and stuff like that, because mainstream comics have definitely kind of taken an attitude where comics are just kind of supplementary, it feels at times, to film and TV and stuff like that, and comics as a medium just has so much strength. We did a lot of storyboard stuff in school, but I didn't think about translating it to comics. It makes sense, but I didn't think about the connection. I when I was studying storyboarding, what made me make the connection was one of the storyboards that I was given to study was the storyboard for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And that's where I saw for the first time Man with No Scream Name, welcome. And that's when I saw for the first time kind of storyboards made into animatics. And I saw so much potential in that, but as I looked at that, I kind of thought, wow, you know, this can all be applied to comics. And because if role-playing games are like my first love, comics are definitely like my second love, which is why I don't want to abandon them entirely. You know, I definitely want to get back to them one time. I really want to give comics another shot. Have always wanted to make one, but with my disability, it's harder to get going with it. Comics do require a lot of work, but the other thing is that what's what Nat Class says, you know, indie comics are so varied. And the other thing about comics or indie comics is that indie comics, you can take your time. Like, you know, unless you have a deadline for any reason, when you're making indie comics, you can definitely sort of give yourself the time that you need. And as long as you got your bills paid elsewhere and stuff like that, a comic can definitely I was actually planning to do a comic this year. There was a competition on Webtoons. There was a competition on Webtoons. It's still there. Like, if anybody wants to go do it. And I kind of thought, you know what? In secret, I'm going to participate on this. And that was my plan. But work kind of got in the way. Work kind of got in the way. And so I never got around to it because there was just too much work to do. I don't think I'll ever abandon the idea of publishing comics again. And like that class says, with self-publishing, there's just so many possibilities nowadays. But there's also just so much stuff to do. There's a lot more freedom with self-publishing nowadays. There's also the possibility of taking an abstract approach to save on time. Either way, I want to do a surrealist comic. Yeah, that's the thing about comics. There's room for everything. There's a lot of things that, like, when it comes to comics, there's a lot of things that I'm not into. That, even if I'm not into them, I'm glad that they are there, right? Like, I'm glad they exist. Because I think few mediums are as welcoming to and I don't mean the readers or anything like that. I mean just the medium itself. Okay, Felix, have a great sleep. Thanks for sharing your comic with us. Like, yeah, I mean the medium itself is like really, really, really welcoming to a great variety of things. Unfortunately, I do have to say though that as far as mainstream comics go, those have not made me excited in a very, very long time. The 90s for me were basically comics and role-playing games. The 90s for me were, comics and role-playing games. And that kind of sort of defined what kind of comics I'm into. But to me, I do need my comics to have very, very, very good art, right? Like, my comics have to have very good art. I do have, a very, very soft spot for that kind of 90s comic aesthetic. Although I don't kind of go for it myself in my art. But one of the things, for example, that kind of bums me out with comics, mainstream comics nowadays, is that it's not as demanding when it comes to the quality of the art. So, not for me. It's definitely not for me in that regard. I'm a little bit more kind of I kind of need another kind of art style for me to be into it. No, it's not even the art style. It's more like just yeah, you guys know what I mean. Manga is well, the thing is, if Western comics have something for everybody, then manga is that times a million. Like there is just like sometimes I'm even surprised at manga that way. Like at the kind of stuff that manga has. That just makes me go, really? Oh, okay. But when it comes to manga, I would say the same thing for anime, right? Like anime also has that. You know, there is absolutely an anime for everybody, right? Like there's no like there is 100% like whatever it is you're into, there's an anime for that. Um, Well, I think a lot of that time pool, manga is running laps around our mainstream comics right now. It's kind of embarrassing. Like our mainstream is so stuck on the same superheroes and doesn't branch out to more genres. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that, well, you definitely get a lot of big productions when it comes to manga. One of the things that you see a lot in manga is that you see uh, definitely work where it's easier to kind of see the artist, well, the creator's vision, right? Like you normally get um like this, a person, an artist or whatever, that's kind of just, they have an idea, they have a story they want to tell, and they just do it, right? Like they go ahead and they do it, and they might have people working with them and all that kind of stuff, but it's normally very, very, very like, yeah, this person is telling us a story, and that's that. When you look at especially American comics, it's very, very kind of driven by so there's a writer, and the writer writes the comic, and it's not that the writer has a story to tell, it's that they hire the writer to tell the story that the company needs them to tell, whatever that story might be. And I think that's one of the things that has indie comics that makes indie comics more interesting, and that makes manga so superior to American comics in many, many different ways. And it's that it's art, right? Like it is art, and art needs a vision, right? Art needs a vision, and if there's no vision, the art suffers, right? Like the art needs a vision. It needs and that's, I think that's what American comics are lacking right now. I think American comics have no vision at the moment. They're just like like like, okay, what are we gonna do with Superman? And I was like, dude, if you don't have a story to tell, then like you don't have anything. Please excuse me for a second. I need to go close the window because it started raining. So, well, Western comics have a vision. It's make all the money. I don't think so. And I think that's another one of the problems with Western comics, actually, Time Pool, because when you look at what Western comics are doing right now, I think the vision Western comics have is, let's eventually make a movie or a Netflix series out of this. And I think that's the vision that they have right now. I don't think their vision is, let's make money. I think the vision that they have is, let's make this into something that will allow us to later on make money from it. Western comics has become an IP factory. Not even a factory, because they're not coming up with anything new. Western comics has become an IP mill, an IP processing plant. I don't know. They're not thinking about like they're all so focused on how this is a secondary medium to them that 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 they're not even stopping to think like have they ever stopped to think like, hey, maybe we just don't have any more stories to tell with Superman. Like maybe Superman is done. I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, like maybe we just don't have anything else to say about Superman. I don't think the problem is that they're not inclusive or they're not diverse. Is it a problem that Spider-Man is whatever he is? Like, is it a problem that Spider-Man is a white heterosexual male? No, the problem is that Spider-Man has been done to death. There's nothing else to say about the character. Like, let him go. Let him go. I mean, unless you actually have an awesome, interesting, new, fresh take on something that could happen to Spider-Man, but like these characters have been alive for almost a century, if not about that. There's nothing else to say. Webtoon has been pushing that same vision recently, which has kicked a hornet's nest of controversy lately. Yeah, I saw the problem they had with that ad that they published, which I think was just a very poor choice of words. We haven't done one where Superman does crossword puzzles yet. So much money to be had in selling Superman crossword puzzles. I think that's the thing. Like since it's like, yeah, we got these movies that make billions of dollars and all that kind of stuff. It just makes them afraid. Like, hey, what if we don't do Superman for a while and we just try out something different? What if we But, that's where indie comics come, uh... I remember I once read. I read this in the 90s. I read this recently. I've seen this several times. And I remember seeing and I say this as an artist. I remember one time reading that getting into mainstream American comics is more difficult than getting into Hollywood, right? Like getting into mainstream comics is like more difficult than getting into Hollywood. And back in the 90s, I remember when I read that, I remember thinking, and I still do because I heard it actually quite recently, and I still think the same way. It's why? That makes no sense. Like, why is getting into mainstream comics more difficult than getting into Hollywood? This makes no sense. Producing a comic does not cost even a fraction of what it costs to produce a movie. The amount of people required to produce a comic is not even a fraction of the amount of people that you need to make a movie, considering that it can even sometimes just be one person. But like, why is it so difficult to get into mainstream comics when, and I say this as an artist, comparatively comics are so easy to make? Like compared to what you have to do to make a movie, comics are so easy to make. I'm not saying it's easy to make a comic. You know, it requires skill. But when you compare that to making a movie, it's just not even close. Why? Mainstream comics are run by two companies versus Hollywood, which has way more production companies out there. Technically, three comic companies if you count Image. Well, I mean, there's the big two. Then Image is a weird case because Image like has a little bit of everything, and then there's the Boom, Valiant, all those other ones. But yeah, like it just boggles the mind how like all the wasted potential that the medium has. Um, and well, you know, having this like really having this conversation makes me want to go back to comics so much. Like I'm kind of here having to like pinch myself, going like, no, you're busy. No, no, no. Oh, you can't start a comic right now. You're very busy. But this conversation really makes me want to like get back into it. But no, Bado, you're busy. You got stuff to do. Yeah, Pew knows. I don't know. We'll see how studying goes in July, August, and we'll see where we go from there. I'm very excited. About studying in July. Okay. How are we doing here? Let me see. Wait a minute. Okay. So, this weekend, I was working on the images for for Mongoose, and I stopped for a minute to kind of see how many images we've done for this series alone of JTAS, and last up until yesterday, it's been 96 images. Like we've done 96 images for JTAS. Which, I mean, I know it's not like super relevant information, but I kind of like. figuring that stuff out. Yeah, it's been 96 images so far for this project. Hey, Golem, where are you going? What are you up to? Oh well, I made more than 100 images this year. Even for Mongoose, because unfortunately there's a lot of images I can't show because I make images for other companies as well. Golem, what are you up to? Golem, what are you doing? Sorry, he's doing something in the kitchen. So yeah, this year for Mongoose, I've made no, I'm already over 100 for Mongoose. For JTAS, it's gonna be more than 100. This is 97 for JTAS. And for Mongoose, let's see. For Mongoose, I've made images with 2022 on them. So for Mongoose this year, I've made wait, 96? Oh, okay. I've made 96 images for Mongoose this year, it seems. But that makes no sense. How can I have made... No, wait. Apparently I've made 96 images for Mongoose total this year, and 96... And the total of images for JTAS are 96 because some images from JTAS are from last year. I know, it gets messed up. Hey, Mo! How have you been, man? I hope you're having a good time. And hey, Anna, if you're watching. How is it going? Well, we are making a cover for JTAS Boo and Embla's Guide to Starports. So yeah, I've made 96 images for JTAS, but JTAS started last year. And in total for Mongoose, I've made 96 images this year. But also counting the images I've done for other games, I've made like 120 or something images this year. I think it was 127 last time I counted. Basically, it's been an average of like 5 images a week or something like that. It's been a busy year. But yes, we have to celebrate 100. I don't know if it's illegal to be this happy. Anna's taking a nap. We were at the Santa Fe Mall since the morning. Oh, that's very cute, man. That's very, very cute and heartwarming. Where have you gone anywhere like interesting, or where have you taken her? How have we all been? Well, you know me, man. Work. My life lately has been work, jump rope, work, jump rope, work, jump rope. Pew and me, we've been making like some changes to our routines and lifestyle lately. We've been trying to get like healthier. So we started working out every morning. So lately my schedule has been get up at 4, work until 6, work out with Pew until 7, then, you know, showers, all that kind of stuff, and then work all day. And we also recently hired lunch service. So, and that has been working out wonderfully. We've been using it for like 2 weeks now, and oh, it is so good. I love it. I love it. It's so good. Anna was a bit jet lagged since last week, so we have been chilling a bit here at home and around Laureles. Today was the first day we actually went to the mall and the Parque El Poblado. Oh, wow, yeah, I never even considered the jet lag. Oh, well, I didn't stream last Friday. So you didn't miss anything last Friday. And today we're trying YouTube, which I'm quite pleased with. I have to admit, I'm quite pleased with YouTube so far. Although, well, in all honesty, the differences like are not that noticeable for me, right? Like, you know, most of the differences would be noticed by you guys, right? Which is why, you know, like, hey, if anybody has anything to say about the stream on YouTube, I would definitely appreciate the feedback. Wait. I want to make my icon art related. The colors look great in chat with Nats and Mars. Whoa. You can't change your icon? Is that something you can't do on here? On here? What? Wow. On here? Can you change not here on? I'd say the lag between chat feels longer. I remember there being a setting somewhere, but other than that, it's the same good vibe. Yes, yes. I do think the lag in chat is longer, but here's something interesting. On my left side, I have a screen with the YouTube window. Where I see the info on the stream and I see the averages and the chat rate and all that kind of stuff. And then in the central screen, I have OBS. And on the right screen, I have the chat that comes from OBS. And they're not like I see on the left side something in chat and it takes a while to show up in OBS. So I don't really know what that's about, though. The only thing I'd miss from Twitch is the crying Mao emote. Other than that, it's good. I'm fairly certain there's got to be a way to have emotes on YouTube, right? Like, there's no way... there's no way they don't have emotes on YouTube. Right? Like, they gotta have them. Maybe I just have to look for them. There's got to be a way to get emotes on. For example, like you guys remember that Twitch has that better Twitch TV thing? Thank you, Time Pool. Like, do you guys remember better Twitch TV? That it was like that thing that allowed us to have like any emotes we wanted in chat on Twitch? I'm pretty sure there's got to be something like... YouTube has to have emotes. There's no way it doesn't. Anyway, yeah, so far I'm liking it. I feel... I know it doesn't have only emotes chat, and don't know if there's mod options. Well, what I was talking about earlier, Mao, is that I think Twitch... Well, I know that they were going to. I just don't know if it's enabled yet, and I definitely have to make sure I'm 100% sure before doing it. But I think one of the changes that Twitch was going to make is that they were going to make it so that everybody, even partnered people, can multi-stream. And if that becomes the case, then it's absolutely 100% something I would be interested in doing. That way, people can just watch on whatever they prefer. And that would be the ideal. You can already multi-stream, but if you're a partner and you multi-stream, that's against the terms of service. That's against like the contract I signed. So, but they're supposed to get rid of that. I just don't know if they did it already. That also I think that also applies to affiliates. I think. Um, would chat be complicated or more annoying to have both going on? Honestly, Sabrina, I do not know the logistics of it. But I think it's something that would be worth, like we're worth figuring out. You know what I mean? Like just. Oh yeah, look at you all fancy with your profile pic. Fancy. Wow. That is a lot of work. Oh, damn it. Wrong layer. Wrong layer. Wrong layer alert. Oh, I was lucky. Okay. Okay. Let's get in there. Cat is okay. So last week, Cat was sick, and this week, the book that I am currently making the cover for has to be done within 2 weeks. So Cat is currently working extra to get that book done. So it's gonna be a couple of crazy weeks here. But it is the last book of this series, so we are very, very excited because, it's almost done. So yeah, she regrets not being able to be here today, but yeah, she had to stay and damn it. Work on the books. Yeah, it's crunch time, but it also be crunch time for me because we have to, like, the art has to be finished soon too. But it's crunch time with a burst of energy because it's almost done. So yeah, that's the situation on that front. Okay, Time Pool, it was nice saying hello. Thanks for stopping by here on our YouTube experiment day. I'm not sure if next Friday I'll do it on YouTube or Twitch. I guess we'll see. But thanks for hanging out, man. Okay, and when we put Boo and Imla here, well, now they can afford to be smaller. Now I don't mind so much about. Okay. Woo! Are we doing an art challenge Friday, or it will still be crunch time? Honestly, I'll let you know, because so I know that Kat is doing crunch time so that she can put out the art specs to send to me and the other artists. But what I don't know is I don't know what oh, you shouldn't be jealous. Last Friday there was no stream. I kind of took a break. Oh, the pastry day. Oh, yeah, I remember. That was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, because last Friday I kind of took a break from streaming. Okay, you know what? I can't do this anymore. I really have to pee. I'll be right back. I'm sorry, I really have to pee. Okay, we are back. Sorry about that interruption. Along with the whole, working out every day, eating healthy, yeah, we're working out every day, we're eating healthy, and another thing that I'm doing is I'm doing the whole 8 glasses of water every day. So I'm kind of using my new watch to monitor my water intake, and it's actually been great. Like, I haven't had a Coke in, I think, 2 weeks or something. I'm not missing it. I actually haven't had a soda. The only soda I had was when we went to the movies on Saturday. That's it. I'm just drinking water all day, but I pee so much. That part I'm not crazy about, but what are you gonna do? So yeah, I've just been peeing a lot. Oh wait, the whole urination thing is still on there. Okay. So yeah, basically, for next Friday, I'm just gonna wait and see what my task is for next week, and either we'll have like one final uh Friday with doing stuff for Mongoose, or if it's light enough, then we'll definitely do the art challenge. Okay, how are we doing on time? Okay, we're almost done. So what about your vacations, Nat class? Anything interesting on your vacations? Other than, the sunburn. But tell us about your vacation. What was how's Pew doing with her new work as a teacher? Well, her classes are on Saturdays, and so far she's been loving it. Uh, but last Saturday her student was sick. So, because the school where she works at um, offers private classes, like one student classes. So that's a class that she teaches, but last Saturday, the student was sick, so she, no class. Um, but so far, like, yeah, she's really into it. Um, I saw a lot of museums that I either have never seen or hadn't seen since I was a kid. Two were cool. One was a tourist trap, and one was super creepy. And I'm gonna back up Sabrina here and also ask, creepy? Creepy, you say? I do love me some creepy, so tell us about this creepy museum you speak of. Yeah, let's add some. Okay, here we go. Unlabeled behind plexiglass in a back room in the middle of Nebraska. I guess this continues. Oh, there she is. Okay. Wow, Pew, you seem to be stuck in traffic. Oh, yeah, I missed the comment before. Okay. Saw a lot of museum. Okay, wait. No, wait. What comment before it? What am I missing? What was unlabeled in plexiglass in a back room in the middle of Nebraska? Oh. Ah, yes. YouTube is quite censorious, but... advertised as being a local history museum, but it wasn't. It was just this rich family's collection of stuff, including a mummy. Wow. A mummy. That's definitely a conversation starter. Let's go with that. Yeah. I'm gonna go with conversation starter. Well, I don't really know what the laws are like in the land of United Statia, but here, for example, no. No, you can't have. Which is why, for example, although I am obsessed with skulls and I'll have anything with skulls on it, and I have many different skulls all over the house. You can even see one. Well, okay, well, there's a skull over there. I don't have any real skulls because that's illegal. It is the law. Maybe. Okay, there. And let's add another one. Wait, but first I want to experiment a little bit here. We'll add that. Okay, so... Oh, look at that. So there's 10 minutes left on the stream. And I suppose this is a good time to kind of ask those of you here, are there any conclusions? You know, this experiment that we've done here today, are there any conclusions that I should kind of... Does anybody have any comments, opinions, or anything like that regarding this little experiment? Um, Samey but differenty. I like it. Okay. Thank you. Okay. I don't mind it. It was nice to see some old familiar names that weren't around on Twitch anymore. Yeah, that was fun. I like that part. I like that, you know, a lot of people that I had not seen in a while kind of are willing to hang out on YouTube. I like that. I'm gonna look into that, Sabrina. I'm gonna look into that because I don't know. I don't know what that's all about. Like I don't know why that didn't work. Maybe it was something on my end. You know, I just have to make sure that it's nothing on my end that was, you know, making that not work. Well, people from way back that hadn't been on the stream in a while, Mao, I can, Bob Zombie, he hadn't been on the stream for a while. The captain, you know, remember the captain? Yeah, he stopped by to say hello. And I mean, there were more people. There were a bunch of other people. Some local people here to Colombia. Nobody I think you would know them, but still, that I know you know. I know you know the captain, and I know you remember Bob Zombie. Which was pretty cool. I mean, Bob Zombie has his own YouTube channel for his Funko Pops. Mocoristador, welcome back. You're walking Hime? Okay. Let me see if Ah, yes. I see you on the map. Well, I hope you get better soon, Mokristador. There we go. And a little bit of that. Okay, I think we managed to finish this background today. So now I have to add the characters. Well, I mean, I already have the base of the characters right there. But it's going to need a little bit of color adjustments and stuff like that. Make sure that nothing is competing. All that kind of stuff. But definitely, some good progress was made today. Let's see if you can open the... No, wait. I gotta go open the door for you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I think the smoke needs to be a little bit lighter. Let's add a correction layer to that. No, it's because I heard I normally leave my keys in the door when I'm home. So depending on what position I leave the keys in, sometimes when Pew gets home, she can't open the door. So so I have to go open it for her. Or just leave her out. just no more. No more Pew. No. Don't worry about it. She just gave me a look like, what? Okay. Wait. Let's do one final thing before we go. Do a little bit of a color adjustment here. Okay. And that is 5 p.m. That is it for today. Clipping stream moments. Well, I do have a button of my own for clipping here. I don't know if you guys have it or not. So that would be something worth checking out. I don't know if you guys have a clipping button. I know I do. Like, I have a clipping button right here. I've never used it, but neither here nor on Twitch, but anyway, okay, so that's gonna be it from me today. This image still needs the two characters that are right there. But for now, that's gonna be it. I hope you had fun today, and thank you everybody for hanging out with me during this little experiment. I'm gonna be doing a lot of experimenting, not only with just streaming on YouTube, but I recently, learned some new tricks on Blender, and so I got some ideas for some new overlays and stuff like that. And well, anyway, there's a lot of stuff to do. And yes, there's a lot of stuff we'll figure out later. So next Friday stream, I will let you guys know if it's going to be an art challenge or not. Depends a lot on how work goes. But I will say that there will be a stream next Friday. I don't even know if I'll do it on Twitch or YouTube. I guess we'll figure it out. So anyway, stay tuned for next Friday, either on Twitch or on YouTube. Maybe an art challenge, maybe not, but we will be here. So I hope you'll join me then. Until then, wait, I already said thank you, so I suppose we just have to say all the goodbyes now. So you have been watching the Ministry of Abnormality YouTube. That one kind of like really just brings it all to a halt. I'm so used to saying Twitch live broadcast. You have been watching the Ministry of Abnormality YouTube live broadcast, and I have been your host, or Abnormal. Today has been Wednesday, June 22nd of 2022. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will see you all Friday, and until then, thank you again, good hunting, stay naughty, and I'll see you Friday. Yeah, I guess that's that. Okay, well, I mean, there's not really much more to say, I guess.